Ulysses S. Grant, the man who saved the Union. In the pantheon of American heroes, Ulysses S. Grant stands as a figure both celebrated and misunderstood. Known primarily as the general who led the Union to victory during the Civil War, his story is one of resilience, leadership, and complexity. This introduction seeks to unravel the enigma of Grant, presenting a man who was not only a military leader but also a president and a person. Born into modest circumstances and rising to the highest office in the land, Grant's life was a tumultuous journey of triumphs and tribulations. His story offers a unique window into the American experience during one of its most defining eras. This documentary will explore the layers of Grant's life, examining how his experiences shaped his leadership and policies. Our journey through Grant's life begins in the heartland of America, tracing his footsteps from his birth in Point Pleasant, Ohio, to his formative years at West Point. These early experiences laid the foundation for his strategic acumen and leadership qualities that would later define his military career. Each location on the map marks a chapter in his early life that contributed to his complex character. As we delve deeper into the life of Ulysses S. Grant, we will discover how his strategies and decisions during the Civil War saved the Union and ended slavery. His innovative tactics and relentless perseverance changed the course of American military history. His approach to military engagements, often characterized by aggressive tactics, earned him both acclaim and criticism. Throughout this documentary, personal letters and artifacts will guide our exploration, revealing the man behind the uniform. Grant's personal correspondence offers intimate insights into his thoughts and feelings during some of the most turbulent times in American history. These documents highlight his humanity, his doubts, and his determination. Early life and military beginnings. Ulysses S. Grant was born in 1822 in Point Pleasant, Ohio, in a simple, tannery working family. Early on, Grant showed little interest in his father's trade but developed a remarkable aptitude for horse riding, which foreshadowed his military prowess. His appointment to the United States Military Academy at West Point was not out of ambition but rather his father's insistence, a decision that would redirect the course of his life. At West Point, Grant was an average student, excelling in mathematics and horsemanship but struggling in other subjects. His peers remembered him not for his grades but for his equestrian skills and quiet demeanor. Though he never aspired to a military career, the discipline and leadership skills he acquired at the academy laid the groundwork for his future. Grant's first real exposure to combat came during the Mexican-American War, where he served as a quartermaster. Despite his administrative role, he sought action in the front lines, learning valuable lessons in leadership and warfare. His bravery and ability to stay calm under pressure were noted by his superiors and would become hallmarks of his military strategy. After the war, Grant married Julia Dent, whom he met while stationed near her family's home. Their relationship offered him stability and happiness amidst the trials of military life. However, Grant struggled with peacetime assignments and grew disillusioned with Army life, which eventually led him to resign his commission in 1854. The years following his resignation were marked by hardship and failed business ventures. Living in St. Louis and then Galena, Illinois, Grant worked various jobs, including farming and real estate, but with little success. These challenging times tested his resolve and humility but also prepared him for the leadership challenges that lay ahead in the looming civil conflict. Civil War heroics. As the Civil War erupted, Grant rejoined the Union Army, quickly rising through the ranks due to his decisive actions and understanding of war tactics. He was given command of the 21st Illinois Volunteer Infantry Regiment, demonstrating his capability to lead and inspire his men. His early victories at Fort Donelson and Shiloh gained him national attention and the nickname Unconditional Surrender Grant. Perhaps Grant's most significant military achievement was the Siege of Vicksburg, which proved pivotal in the Union's control over the Mississippi River. His innovative siege tactics and perseverance led to the capture of the city after 47 days of relentless assault. This victory solidified his reputation as one of the war's most effective leaders. Following Vicksburg, Grant's leadership was again on display during the Chattanooga campaign, where he lifted the siege and opened the gateway to the Deep South. His ability to coordinate multiple armies across difficult terrain showcased his strategic foresight and operational excellence. Grant's correspondence with President Abraham Lincoln during the war reveals a deep mutual respect and shared commitment to preserving the Union. Lincoln's trust in Grant's judgment and strategy was instrumental in Grant's promotion to commanding general of the Union Army, overseeing all Union forces. The culmination of Grant's military career came with the surrender of Confederate General Robert E. Lee at Appomattox Courthouse in 1865. This moment, marked by Grant's magnanimous terms to the defeated Confederate soldiers, helped to begin the healing process for a nation torn by war. His leadership not only led to the Union's victory but also set a tone for reconciliation and unity. Presidency and Reconstruction Era. Ulysses S. Grant entered the presidency in 1869 with the nation still deeply scarred from the Civil War and in the throes of Reconstruction. Elected as the 18th President of the United States, Grant faced the daunting task of unifying the country and enforcing civil rights for freed slaves. His administration worked tirelessly to stabilize the post-war economy, improve infrastructure, and uphold new freedoms for African Americans through the Enforcement Acts. During his 2 terms, Grant advocated for the rights of African Americans, pushing for the ratification of the 15th Amendment, which granted African American men the right to vote. His commitment to civil rights was evidenced by his use of the army to combat the Ku Klux Klan, which was terrorizing black citizens and disrupting their newfound rights. These efforts were among the first federal actions to protect civil rights and set a precedent in American history. Grant's vision extended to modernizing America's infrastructure, overseeing the completion of the Transcontinental Railroad, which connected the eastern and western United States. This monumental project not only transformed travel and trade across the country but also symbolized the reunification of the nation. His push for the development of new technologies and support for scientific endeavors marked a significant shift towards industrialization. Despite his strong moral standing and efforts in governance, Grant's presidency was not without controversy. His administration was plagued by several high-profile scandals, including the whiskey ring, where government officials were caught embezzling liquor taxes. These incidents tarnished his reputation, despite his personal integrity and lack of direct involvement. The Panic of 1873, a severe national economic depression, struck during Grant's second term, testing his leadership under economic stress. His administration's response was criticized for its handling of the crisis, which led to widespread unemployment and social unrest. Despite these challenges, Grant's efforts to stabilize the economy laid groundwork for future recovery and growth. Later years and legacy. After leaving the presidency, Grant embarked on a world tour that elevated his international stature and allowed him to meet with numerous world leaders. This journey not only marked his post-presidential years but also reflected his ongoing influence in global affairs. Returning to the United States, he settled in New York, aiming to enjoy a quieter life with his family. Faced with financial ruin after a fraudulent partner bankrupted his investment firm, Grant turned to writing his memoirs to secure his family's financial future. Battling throat cancer and with his health declining, he worked diligently to recount his experiences during the Civil War. His memoirs, completed shortly before his death, are hailed as one of the finest military memoirs in American literature. Grant's death in 1885 was met with profound national grief, evident in the public's massive turnout for his funeral in New York City. His legacy as a leader and protector of civil rights was commemorated by attendees from all walks of life, reflecting the deep respect he commanded across the nation. Today, Grant's legacy is visible in numerous memorials, schools, and institutions bearing his name, symbolizing his enduring impact on American history. His life continues to be studied and debated by historians, reflecting on his leadership during one of America's most transformative periods. As historical perspectives shift, so too does the interpretation of Grant's life and legacy. From a war hero to a president who championed civil rights, to a figure scrutinized for his administration's scandals, Grant remains a subject of fascination and study. His story is a reminder of the complexities of leadership and the enduring efforts to define a just society. As we conclude our journey through the life of Ulysses S. Grant, we reflect on his pivotal role in American history. From his humble beginnings to commanding the Union Army and leading the nation as its president, Grant's story is intertwined with the core struggles and achievements of the United States during a transformative era. His leadership, marked by a commitment to unity and justice, helped steer the country through one of its most tumultuous periods. Grant's legacy is a complex tapestry of military genius and political endeavor, marred by scandal yet underscored by a profound dedication to civil rights. As we observe visitors at his tomb, we see a continuous stream of Americans who come to honor a man whose life work significantly shaped the nation's path towards reconciliation and equality. The ideals that Grant fought for still resonate in today's America, influencing contemporary struggles for justice and equality. His efforts during Reconstruction, though imperfect, laid foundational steps towards civil rights that continue to evolve over a century later. His commitment to protecting these rights remains a beacon for ongoing civil rights advocacy. Across the country, Grant's influence persists in the form of schools, policies, and public memorials that bear his name. These institutions not only commemorate his contributions but also serve as venues for the ongoing education of future generations about his impact on American history. They remind us of the importance of historical memory in shaping our collective future. In the end, Ulysses S. Grant remains a symbol of perseverance and resilience in the face of adversity. His story teaches us about the complexity of leadership and the enduring human struggle towards a more just and unified society. As the flag waves over his memorial, it signifies not just the end of our journey but also the ongoing relevance of his life and leadership. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment if you enjoyed the content and see you in our next video.